What if I told you that some of your most vivid memories are completely wrong and never actually happened? Like, what if I told you something you to be true is actually totally false and misleading? It's like, whoa, dude, is my whole life a lie or just a big misunderstanding? That's the Mandela effect, and it's here to mess with your mind big time. We're talking about those shared false memories that feel shockingly real and undeniable. Like, you're right, but then you Google it and bam, you're wrong. Your whole world just explodes into pieces. It's like finding out your whole childhood was a simulation. And today we're diving into 5 examples that will leave you questioning everything you know. You might even start questioning your sanity, which is always fun, right? So buckle up, grab your tinfoil hats, and get ready for a wild ride ahead. This is gonna be intense and mind-blowing. Okay, let's start with a classic, the one that really kicked off this whole Mandela effect thing. The Berenstain Bears. You know, those adorable bears with the misadventures and life lessons? Yeah, those guys. They were a staple in many of our childhoods, teaching us valuable lessons through their charming stories and delightful illustrations. Now close your eyes and picture the book cover. What do you see? The Berenstain Bears, right? It was spelled with an E, or at least that's what so many of us remember. It's almost like it's been imprinted in our minds that way. But here's the thing, it's not. It never was. It's always been Berenstain with an A. This revelation has left countless people scratching their heads, wondering how they could have remembered it so differently. I know, my mind was blown too, like what the heck? Did they change it? Are we in some kind of alternate dimension? Is this even real life anymore? The confusion is real, and it's something that has sparked endless debates and discussions. I spent hours, literally, going through old books, looking for proof that it used to be Berenstain. I was convinced that somewhere, somehow, there had to be evidence of the E spelling, but no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find a single instance of it. I even called my mom, who's a librarian, and she swore up and down it was Berenstain. She was just as baffled as I was. We both remembered it so clearly, yet the evidence was telling us otherwise. I'm talking full-on conspiracy theory mode here, people. I started to wonder if there was some grand scheme at play, some hidden force altering our memories. It felt like I was living in a real-life mystery novel. And the internet? Don't even get me started on the internet. It's like a breeding ground for Mandela effect believers. There are forums and Reddit threads dedicated to this stuff with people sharing their own Berenstain memories and theories. Some people even have theories about parallel universes and time travel. They suggest that maybe, just maybe, we slipped into an alternate reality where the spelling changed. It's a fascinating idea, even if it sounds a bit far-fetched. I mean, it's crazy but also kind of amazing, right? The idea that there could be multiple realities, each with its own version of events, is both mind-boggling and intriguing. It makes you wonder what else might be different in these parallel worlds. But the truth is, it's probably just our brains playing tricks on us. Our memories aren't perfect, and sometimes we fill in the blanks with what we think we remember. It's a phenomenon known as false memory, and it's more common than you might think. Or maybe, just maybe, there's something more to it. Maybe we're all just glitches in the Matrix. Who knows? The mystery of the Berenstain Bears remains unsolved, but it's a fun and thought-provoking topic to ponder. So next time you pick up a Berenstain Bears book, take a moment to appreciate the wonder and mystery it holds. Whether it's a simple case of mistaken memory or something more extraordinary, it's a reminder of how fascinating our minds can be. And who knows, maybe one day we'll uncover the truth behind the Berenstain Bears conspiracy. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep your sense of wonder alive. Our memories are a fascinating and complex part of who we are, and the Berenstain Bears mystery is just one example of how they can sometimes lead us astray. But it's also a testament to the power of collective memory and the shared experiences that bind us together. So, whether you're a believer in the Mandela effect or a skeptic, the Berenstain Bears conspiracy is a captivating story that continues to intrigue and inspire. And who knows? Maybe there's a little bit of truth in every theory. Maybe we're all just glitches in the Matrix. Who knows? Alright, let's move on to another childhood favorite, Pokemon, specifically Pikachu. This little electric mouse has been a staple in the Pokemon universe since the very beginning, capturing the hearts of millions around the world. That adorable electric rodent that stole all our hearts. With its cute chubby cheeks and those big expressive eyes, Pikachu has become an icon in popular culture. Now picture Pikachu in your mind. Got it? Good. You can probably see its bright yellow fur, those red cheeks, and its lightning bolt-shaped tail. Now tell me, does Pikachu have a black tip on his tail? Think carefully. You know, like a little lightning bolt design. Many people are convinced that Pikachu's tail has a black tip, almost like a marker was dipped in ink. If you said yes, you're not alone. This is a common memory shared by countless fans. A lot of people remember Pikachu with a black tip on his tail. It's almost like a collective memory that has been ingrained in our minds. But guess what? He never did. That's right, Pikachu's tail has always been completely yellow. I know, right? It's like finding out Santa Claus isn't real. It's a shock to the system for many of us who grew up with Pokemon. I remember drawing Pikachu with a black tip on his tail all the time as a kid. It was just how I thought Pikachu looked. I even had a Pikachu plush toy with the black tip. It was my favorite toy and I took it everywhere with me, but when I went back and looked at my old Pokemon cards and video games, there was no black tip. It was like my memory had played a trick on me. It was like it had vanished into thin air. How could something so vivid in my memory be completely wrong? Some people say it's because of the anime, that the animators sometimes drew Pikachu with a black tip. Maybe it was an animation error or a stylistic choice. But even if that's true, it doesn't explain why so many people have such a vivid memory of it. It's a mystery that continues to baffle fans. It's like our collective memory is playing a cruel joke on us. How can so many people remember something that never existed? Or maybe, just maybe, there's a parallel universe out there where Pikachu does have a black tip on his tail. A universe where our memories are accurate, and in that universe, I'm a Pokemon master. Imagine the adventures we could have. Okay, probably not, but a guy can dream, right? The mystery of Pikachu's tail remains unsolved, but it sure makes for an interesting story. Chapter 3. The Case of the Missing Monocle. This is a tale that dives deep into the world of board games, specifically the iconic Monopoly. A game that has been a staple in households for generations, bringing both joy and frustration in equal measure. Next up, we're entering the world of board games with Monopoly. This game, with its colorful board and iconic pieces, has been the center of many family game nights. It's a game that can turn friends into foes and create memories that last a lifetime. You know, that game that always ends in arguments and tears? Good times. The thrill of buying properties, the agony of landing on someone else's hotel, and the endless negotiations that can make or break your fortune. Now picture the Monopoly man, the face of the game with his dapper suit and confident smile. He's been a symbol of wealth and success for decades. You know, the guy with the top hat and the mustache. His image is so ingrained in our minds that we can almost see him walking down the street tipping his hat to passers-by. Does he have a monocle? This is where things get interesting. Many of us would swear that he does. If you said yes, you're wrong. It's a common misconception, but the Monopoly man has never worn a monocle. I know, it's shocking. It's one of those things that just feels like it should be true. I always thought he had a monocle too. It's like a collective false memory that many of us share. It just makes sense, right? A wealthy, sophisticated tycoon like him seems like he should have a monocle. He's like this wealthy, sophisticated tycoon. The monocle would just be the cherry on top of his already distinguished look. He needs a monocle to complete the look. Or so we think. But nope, the Monopoly man has never worn a monocle. It's a classic example of the Mandela effect. It's like he's been walking around this whole time with one eye just hanging out there, exposed to the world. It's a strange image when you really think about it. It's kind of unsettling when you think about it. How could we all be so wrong about something so simple? Some people say we're confusing him with Mr. Peanut, who definitely wears a monocle. The two characters do share some similarities, but I don't know. I feel like the Monopoly man is iconic enough on his own. He doesn't need to borrow fashion accessories from other mascots. His image is already powerful and memorable, or maybe, just maybe, there's a secret society of Monopoly men who all wear monocles, a hidden group that operates in the shadows. And they're using their vast wealth and influence to control the world. It's a fun theory to entertain, even if it's a bit far-fetched. Okay, that's probably going a bit too far. But it's interesting to think about how our minds can play tricks on us. But hey, with the Mandela effect, anything is possible, right? Our memories are not always as reliable as we think, and sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Chapter 4, Darth Vader, you're lying. Okay, let's talk about one of the most iconic movie lines of all time. Luke, I am your father. You know, the one from Star Wars where Darth Vader drops the bombshell on Luke Skywalker? Yeah, that one. Now close your eyes and picture the scene. Darth Vader says the line, Luke is devastated, and then, wait a minute, he doesn't say Luke, I am your father? He doesn't? No, he says, no, I am your father. I know, right? It's like finding out the earth is flat. It just doesn't compute. I remember watching that scene in the theater as a kid, and I swear Darth Vader said, Luke. It's such a powerful moment, and the way he says Luke just adds to the drama. But nope, it never happened. Some people say it's because we've heard the line misquoted so many times that it's become ingrained in our memory. But I don't know. This one feels different. It's like someone went back in time and changed the script, or maybe, just maybe, George Lucas is a time traveler and he's messing with us on purpose. Okay, that's probably not true. But hey, stranger things have happened, right? Chapter 5. The Fruit of the Loom. Cornucopia? Alright, last but not least, let's talk about Fruit of the Loom. You know the underwear company? Now picture their logo in your mind. What do you see? A cornucopia? You know that basket overflowing with fruits and vegetables? Yeah, me too. But guess what? There's never been a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo. I know, right? It's like finding out water is actually dry. It just doesn't make sense. I remember seeing that cornucopia on my underwear as a kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It was like a symbol of abundance and prosperity. But nope, it was all a lie. Some people say we're confusing it with other brands that use cornucopias in their logos. But I don't know, I feel like the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia was pretty distinctive. It was like a part of my childhood. Or maybe, just maybe, the Fruit of the Loom company is hiding something. Maybe they're part of a secret society that worships cornucopias, and they're using their underwear to control our minds. Okay, that's definitely going too far. But hey, with the Mandela effect, you can never be too careful, right? So, did any of these Mandela effects blow your mind? I know I'm still reeling from that Pikachu one. Let me know in the comments which one shocked you the most. Was it the bears, Pikachu, or Darth Vader? Or maybe you have your own Mandela effect story to share. I'm dying to hear all about it, and if you think these were crazy, wait until you hear the wildest Mandela effect theories in my next video. We're talking about alternate dimensions, time travel, and maybe even some government conspiracies. It's gonna be wild. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And don't forget to share this video with your friends who love a good conspiracy theory. Let's get this Mandela effect conversation going.